Hello and welcome back to the show. It is 3 minutes past 2. You're listening to Afternoons on Dubai Eye 103.8. I'm Jen Crichton.
Farmer's Kitchen on Dubai Eye 103.8.
And if you were listening yesterday, you would have heard us discussing adult hobbies. Now, we were talking about that after new research found that a massive 90% of people surveyed dropped their artistic hobbies once they left their teens. For Dubai's younger residents, though, the trend is moving very much in the opposite direction. The kids' musical instrument market is currently valued at 11.5 billion US dollars, but it's projected to grow to 16 billion in the next 10 years, with music teachers here in the UAE reporting a doubling of demand for tuition in recent years. And one teacher who is right at the forefront of that trajectory is Patrick Abdo. He's the co-founder, along with his brother, of two music schools, the Maestro Music Centre in Lebanon and the Music Path here in Dubai, and his lesson videos regularly attract millions of views on social media. I'm not making that up. Patrick's here with me in studio, and Patrick, I wonder first of all whether you have seen that rise in demand for music lessons here in the UAE.
I was shocked to hear the intro that you just gave and how big of an industry it is in Dubai. I didn't know that, to be honest. I know we're busy at work, but I didn't know that it was that big. So it's very motivating to keep on pushing and growing. So, yeah.
And you are busy. How long has the school here been growing and how has it grown?
Okay, so our history started back in 2017 when we first opened our first branch in Lebanon. And after a couple of years, we decided to open a second branch here in Dubai. We started it remotely in 2021, and then we opened a physical location in 2022. So you can say like almost 4 years already in Dubai. And we work a lot, we love what we do, and we can see how it is impacting the results of our students and how much they're growing, which gives us more motivation to push forward and to grow.
And so what age groups are you working with, and why do they end up with you? What's bringing people to the studio?
So we teach all ages, starting approximately 4 to 5 years old. Usually it's best to start at 5, but sometimes we give some exceptions to 4-year-old students up to as much as you like. We have students in their 50s, in their 60s. Surprisingly, we have almost half of our students are adults. So this is how much of a demand there is for adults to learn musical instruments as much as kids. So that's regarding the age and everything. So of course, for all ages, we always advise to start. Just whenever you feel like it, definitely do it.
Never too late.
No, definitely.
And you're a drums teacher, but do you teach other musical instruments at the school as well?
So our school teaches guitar, piano, vocals, drums, and DJ. I personally teach only drums, but we have a nice team of 10 people, and we're growing to more than that. So all other instructors teach the other instruments, but me personally, I'm only teaching drums at the moment. But my brother, Mitch Abdo, who runs both our branches, he's a multi-instrumentalist, and he's the one behind all the success we have in both our branches.
And tell me about your own journey up to creating the schools. How long have you been playing drums for, and
Okay.
what are you doing when you're not doing lessons?
That's a nice question. First of all, I'm an engineer. A lot of people don't know that, but I'm an industry engineer, and I used to be good at university. I graduated from an American university in Lebanon and worked for like 5-6 months maximum in that field before I knew that it wasn't my thing. And back at the days, I was teaching at houses, I was teaching at schools, the drums, and people loved my classes. And this is when we decided to have a physical location where instead of us going, people can come to us, and where I can grow my team, I can teach my team the same manners or same psychology I use in teaching. And this is how we started building our first team. And then when things became more and more busier, I knew that I needed a program so that everyone can follow it. And this is when I wrote my first book, The Drum Path from Zero to Advanced, that teaches everyone how to play the drums from the very beginning to advanced levels. And we launched it in our academy, and then we did the same here in Dubai. And I wrote my second book, which is A Drum Path from Advanced to Professional, having a solid program where students, instructors, and academies around the world can use to teach the new generation and everyone that wants to learn that instrument to follow it and to be able to learn it. So it was a long journey, of course, and I still believe that I'm still at the beginning, me, my brother, and our team, because we have so many good ideas, so many nice innovations we're trying to add to our programs and systems that we believe will change the world, especially in the music education industry.
I find it really interesting that you have put those books out into the world, because I think in not just in music, in kind of all industries, there's this sort of gatekeeping of, we want you to pay and come to lessons and be here in person and buy a whole block. And it can be very prohibitive for some families, the cost of doing that. And I wonder why you have chosen to kind of put your knowledge out there in a cheaper, more accessible way, whether it's through your books or it's through sort of your videos online, in terms of opening that up.
That's true. After seeing big universities like MIT and others having almost a lot, not all, but a lot of their information like accessible to everyone, then it means that there's something good about it. And this is what motivates us to do the same and to help spread our knowledge to the world. Because if we believe that that's a good way for everyone to learn, why not try to share it as much as we can to the world and see their response? This is how we're gathering more data and knowing more what people are liking, and always developing our programs and systems. Maybe that's why we're different, and so far we're doing a great job. So
I love that. I love that approach. I want to get into your style of teaching next, and also the sort of social media side of the business too. But we've just got to take a very quick pause to take a look at the traffic. Milani's here. Welcome back to the show. We are talking music right now, and specifically drumming, because I'm joined in studio today by Patrick Abdo. He is the co-founder of Dubai's The Music Path School, and a man who regularly takes his pupils viral. He gets millions of views for his enthusiastic and joyful style of teaching. And Patrick, you were just telling me off air that it's only been a year since you sort of started posting these videos on social media. What was it like to go viral for the first time? Because you've got an extremely large following now.
To be very honest, it's not easy, but it's very beautiful. The first couple of videos were very tough for me to understand what's going on. To be very honest, I stayed on my phone a lot, just understanding, like reading comments, the likes, the following that I'm getting by the minute. So it was maybe overwhelming at the beginning, but then with time you learn how to organize it. Same as you organize your school, you organize your life, work. There's a certain way to work with being viral, let's say on social media. And I always say this because I've been giving talks here, like in the Ministry of Culture and in other places, and they always ask me, like, first of all, how to get viral, things that honestly I cannot answer.
Yeah.
But what I can say is that how to cope with being viral, because it took me some time, and it's something that you never learn in universities. And I think that at some point these things should be discussed in universities and schools, because we are never taught how to act when things like this happen to us. So after some time and after organizing myself, and of course with the help of my beautiful team, we were able to organize all of this and to create a sort of a pattern to be able, first of all, to live our life, to continue things like normally, and to keep it running and to keep on growing. Because for some people maybe it's enough. For others, they want more. They want to share that passion with more people. So yeah, it's not easy, but it's one of the most beautiful things for sure.
You've got like this really energetic style of teaching that I think it just comes across on video as just being really, really joyful. And I wonder, is that just your natural approach to teaching, or have you sort of set out to create a certain atmosphere for the kids that you're working with?
Definitely. I can answer on behalf of our students, because for me to answer it, it's not easy. I can say yes, but I always heard from the majority of our students that whatever they saw on social media, they lived it in our facility. And that makes me the happiest, because before social media, this is what we were doing. That's our approach on teaching and motivating and pushing the boundaries. Social media came after, and what was hard for us is to keep it real. Whatever we live on social media is same in our facilities. So, of course, sometimes I'm over energetic in the videos, but because maybe the situation helps me to be that energetic, but sometimes, of course, it's calmer. It depends on what we're working on, the song, the dynamics.
Yes.
It's all about dynamics, not only in music teaching, but in life. Same as I'm speaking now, I can speak the whole time the same, being monotone, or I can be sometimes soft and low and sometimes high.
Yeah.
So I believe in dynamics, and everything I do in life is based on dynamics.
My little boy is a really keen drummer now, but I mean, he's been playing for less than a year. He's very new to it. But even already, I've seen firsthand how much confidence it's given him, how much he loves it, but how much he has grown from that experience of learning a new skill that he can show people on a stage and feel confident about. And I wonder what you see from your students as being the main benefits, because I think sometimes people think it takes confidence to get on the stage in the first place, when actually what I'm seeing a lot of the time with my son is that it's actually the opposite, that by pushing yourself to get up there, it gives you the confidence.
That's right. It's like stage fright.
Yeah.
You hear that sentence a lot. And definitely, the more they learn skills, the more confident they become. And as we spoke offline, I told you that it's very important to teach the kids more skills, whether it's music or sports. The more they have skills, the better they are prepared for what's coming later on in the future. So it's a game changer. From the students we taught and we're still teaching, I've seen people transformed after they started learning their instruments. It's a game changer, something to talk about, something to have for themselves, because each person battles like a certain story, and every person needs an escape. Music and sports, I mentioned both equally, very important to grow that self-confidence and awareness for these kids.
I think Dubai as well, or the UAE as a whole, can feel like a place where there's a real kind of quest for perfectionism. A lot of kids feel a lot of academic pressure, and I wonder how you help the kids that you work with move past that and really just enjoy learning those skills and enjoy playing and performing.
That's so nice. I do it with simply showing them how I look like when I film these videos. If you go through the videos, you will see the majority of the time I'm sweating like crazy with sweat on my shirt, on my face, never having perfect hair, never being so comfortable. So, and still I shoot these videos because I like to capture the moment as is. And I always tell these kids, and especially and adults as well, everyone, I tell them, if me, I'm okay looking like this because this is who I am, you should not change. This is who you are. Please don't change. Since I'm doing it the way I am now, the way I look like now, I want you to be the same. And they get so excited and they understand why I'm saying this. So in their head, they think if they look perfect and especially for girls and women as well, perfect makeup and everything, they think that it's what makes the difference. Not really. It's your character. The character always overcomes looks.
It's such a joy to watch the videos and to see the kids sort of really just having so much fun and looking so confident in what they're doing. And I wonder, for people who are watching your videos who maybe have children, are considering a musical instrument for them, how do you choose, and what questions should they be asking themselves about what instrument, what school they go to, how they work out what is right for their child?
So I want to mention one thing because I hear it from time to time. A lot of people, like if the school, let's say, it's far from their location, they would say like, it's far. I want to look like for a school around me, because going to that school weekly is maybe a bit tough, especially maybe with the traffic sometimes we face here. But I think it's a very wrong approach. It's like, imagine saying, let's say, I always like to give that example, but let's say MIT. MIT is maybe in one place in the US. Can you say like, it's far, I cannot go there, it's gonna be a hassle for me? Of course not. I'm not saying that we are MIT. But if you like a certain approach,
Yeah.
and you find it fits your child or yourself, do the effort, same as we are doing that effort for our students. It requires it. It's a teamwork.
Yeah.
So both sides should be really good in order to reach that end goal of being really good at an instrument. So that's regarding that point. Now, other than that, if we don't know what instrument to choose, that we provide for sure. We come, we have a quick initial session around all instruments, and based on that tour, we, the student and the parents, will definitely know what's best for them. We have our own ways. There's a way to find out what's best for the student.
It almost sounds like the Harry Potter sorting hat.
Exactly.
I could talk about this all day. That's all we've got time for. I'm late for the news, but you have been listening to the musician and drums teacher, Patrick Abdo. And if you're listening to that and you're thinking that you would like to find out more for your own kids or for yourself, send me the word drum on the text 4001. I will send you Patrick's details, including the link to where you can watch all of those viral videos on his Instagram.
Your ARN News.
The UAE continues its humanitarian mission in support of the